What is going on, everybody? It's Steven here and welcome back to another chinaphone review. Now today we're going to have a look at the Mlais M52 Red Note from Gearbest.com. Now this phone is a very interesting phone. Now if you're on a tight budget and you don't want to spend more than $150, then this phone is a very good choice. Now it retails for about $150 and it comes with the new MTK 64-bit Octacore. And yeah, I managed to get a coupon for you. Now the link is down below, also the coupon, and you can get it with that coupon for about $136. This is probably the best price you can find on the internet on the Mlais M52 Red Note. So feel free to check out Gearbest.com, link is down below, and now let's go and let's get started and let's have a look at the Red Note. Alrighty guys, now first of all let's talk about the specs of the phone, because $136 almost sounds too good to be true for a new Octacore phone. But yeah, it isn't. Now it is running the MTK 6752 Octacore processor, which is by the way a very nice system on chip. Now operating system is currently KitKat. Mlais said that they will release an Android 5 Octa, so a over-the-air update. But yeah, you can just wait. Currently there is no Android Lollipop. But Octas are definitely working and they are also coming. When I unpacked the phone and turned it on for the first time, there was a wireless update. So yeah, they have fixed some bugs, improved some things, and there are definitely coming updates. Now it comes with a 5.5-inch HD IPS touchscreen, so actually display. Now it's a 720p display, and yeah, not full HD, but for the price you get a pretty good chipset, but a not that good display. Now the display could be better, but for the price definitely better than okay. Now supported bands, 2G, quad band as you can see, 3G, quad band. Then 4G is FDD LTE only. You can see the frequencies here, B1, B3, 7 and 20. And you can just Google it or check out Wikipedia, and there you can see if the phone is supported in your country as a bio provider or not. And before you buy such a China phone, always make sure the frequencies which you can see here match with the frequencies which your provider is using. Otherwise you end up with a phone which you cannot use. Then the camera is front 8 megapixels and the front facing camera is absolutely nice. And a 13 megapixel rear camera, which has some issues, as you will see later. Memory is 16 GB of ROM plus 2 GB of RAM, which is quite okay and standard now on the Octacore. Then the next thing is connectivity. So it comes with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and USB onboard. Also OTG is supported by the USB port. FM radio, yes, but no headset is included. Here you can also see the size, so quite thin with 8mm. And the battery claims to have 3200 mAh of capacity. We'll later see if this is true. Alright guys, then now let's get started and let's unpack the phone. Now there we go guys, as always I have already unpacked the phone for you. Sorry for the lighting, I was just playing around with the colors and it's really hard to have natural colors because those are actually some neon colors as you can see. Then here we have a user manual from Mlais. Comes also in English and yeah, actually you won't need it. Then here we have a charger. And the charger looks pretty okay, quality definitely okay. It outputs 5 watts, so a normal charger. Comes with the correct power socket connector for my country. Then there are no gaps, it doesn't feel too lightweight, so the charger actually looks pretty good. Also the USB port straight in and looks kinda good. Comes with the Mlais logo. Then let's have a look at the USB cable. Now this USB cable is about half a meter long, micro USB to charge it or to connect it to the computer. Now I haven't tested the charging accessories, but actually there shouldn't be a problem with them. Then here you can see a pretty nice flip cover. It just looks like the flip cover from the LG G3. Also here the material, and it's a material which a lot of flip covers from China are using right now. Now, yeah, I don't know, maybe they copy from each other, but yeah, backside transparent. I have seen this on the Elephone G5, I think. Looks almost the same, but comes here with the Mlais logo. And you will see it later in action. Then here I have 2 extra covers. Now you can choose the cover of the smartphone. We have here one white one. Then we have one red one, which looks a bit pink, so it's neon red or something. It looks really nice. I tried to catch the color with the camera, but yeah, due to the lighting, it's somehow not possible. Then here we have a white one, which I don't really like, but here we have a turquoise cover, which just looks like the color of the packaging, and all in all, I think this looks the best somehow, but also the red or pink one looks kinda nice. So let's check out the phone outside where we have natural lighting, and here you can see how it looks. And actually it looks really great, 5.5 inches, so the smartphone is quite big, but I have big hands so I can easily operate it with one hand. Then here you can see the display, it's a HD display, but looks quite sharp and also the colors look really good. Now, yeah, it looks a bit dark right now. The viewing angles are good, but the display could be brighter in my opinion. Now, yeah, the dog is always running in the picture, but yeah, let's just continue. Now you can see it's just about 8mm thick, so it's not too thin, not too thick, looks actually pretty good. Here we have the power button on the right side of the smartphone. And just like the whole phone, it's made out of plastic. Then here you can see the turquoise back cover, but you can change it, there are different colors. Here we have the speaker grid and the Mlais logo. And yeah, the back cover is very smooth. Then here you can see the LED flash and the back camera. And I have to say the rear camera here is not that good, but you will see it later. Here we have the micro USB port and also the 3.5mm headphone jack located at the top of the smartphone. Then yeah, the right side of the frame contains a power button and the left side contains the volume rockers. Everything made out of plastic but feels pretty good to press. Yeah, you can see here the bezels, looks kinda nice, but yeah, everything plastic. At the bottom here we just have the bottom microphone for calls, there's only one microphone, and here a little slot to remove the back cover and to change it. Now let's have a look at the front side. You can see the frame is not too thick, that's something I like. In the right top corner we have the 4G logo. Then here there should be a LED, so a notification LED, here some sensors, in the middle the speaker, and in the left top corner the front facing camera. Now even though it's a full plastic body, the phone feels pretty good. At the bottom you can see why this phone is probably called the Red Note, because it comes with red capacitive buttons, and the backlight is one of the best I've ever seen on a China phone. Now when there's daylight it doesn't look that good, but when it's dark the backlight looks outstanding and the red color is also very cool. Alright guys, now that's it. Then now let's go inside and let's open the phone up. So we're now here back inside and now I want to show you how the phone looks from the inside. But first of all, let's talk about the display. Now many people will say it's just a 720p display, but yeah, HD is not always bad. Full HD is better, but here HD looks good too. We have nice viewing angles, nice colors, and also the resolution is okay. It depends really on the display brand. Then let's remove the back cover. And to remove it, you just have to go in here with your fingernail and then just pull the back cover off. Then the back cover is quite stable, quite flexible, it's made out of plastic, but comes off pretty easy. Once you have removed the back cover, you can also remove the battery, but we'll do it a bit later. First of all, let's have a look at the slots. Now we have one micro SD card slot up to 64 gigs, maybe also more. In the middle a micro SIM card slot, and SIM card slot 1 is a big SIM card slot. Here we have the LED flash, and above the LED flash we have the rear camera. The rear camera is quite okay, but it has some video issues, as you will see later. Here we have the antennas, so 2 antennas. Also at the bottom there should be another antenna, and I think the bottom antenna is the 4G antenna. But yeah, all in all, let's remove the battery. Under the battery there's a sticker with the IMEIs. It's a dual SIM phone, so we have 2 IMEIs. Then also the frequencies should be on the sticker, and here at the bottom you can see the 3D sound speaker, so that's the main speaker, and the quality is definitely okay, as you will hear later. Now the phone is made out of plastic, but it's quite durable and stable. As you can see, I can barely bend it, and yeah, pretty nice quality. Then let's have a look at the battery, and the battery is a 3200 mAh battery. Now I'm not sure if this is true, because the battery is very thin, as you can see. But yeah, it's quite big, but very thin. Maybe the battery capacity is not exactly 3200 mAh, but I have to say you can easily come through one day with one full battery. In my tests, I usually had to charge it at the end of the day, and there were something like 10% left. Now before we have a look on how it performs in Android, I quickly want to show you the buttons at the bottom. Now you only have capacitive buttons right over here, but I absolutely love the backlight. The backlight is super strong, and also the color here looks really great when it's dark. Now there we go, so we're now here in Android, and now let's see how the phone performs. Now this is Android KitKat, very smooth. The Octacore does a pretty good job, and the ROM is really nice. It's very close to Android open source project, no shit, no junk on the smartphone, so this is really smooth. Now let's go to settings and about the phone to see on which Android version this phone is running. So you can see it's definitely KitKat, so no Android Lollipop right now. At least they say on the package that there will be a OTA update to Lollipop. But currently there is no OTA update to Lollipop. Now OTAs are working, I've got wireless updates and they just fixed some bugs on KitKat, but there was no Lollipop update. Then let's have a look at the other settings. So here at the top we have Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi connectivity is really nice. So let's wait until it obtains the IP, and yeah, it's now connected. And we can have a look here at the signal strength. Now it's excellent, but the link speed is limited to 65 Mbits right now. For instance, on my Galaxy Note 4 I get something like 140 Mbits, just as a comparison. Then let's go back here. We also have here Bluetooth definitely working, but Hotnot or NFC or something is not included. Would be too nice for the price. Then let's have a look at storage, and this is also something very important. Now the main partition is very small, so it's just 2 GB, and the other partition, so the total space partition, is about 11 GB. So all in all you get something like 12 GB, oh no, less, 10 GB of usable space. So definitely get yourself a SD card like I do, for instance a 32GB or 64GB SD card. They are not that expensive anymore. Here we have the battery stats, and let's talk about the battery stats. Now I've been using this phone all day long, so I've recorded everything today, and I've started at 7 AM in the morning with about 100%, so it was really full. And now it's 7 PM and 32% left. But I've tried a lot of things, like you can see Sidechick, that's GPS, it's online, screen 20%, and yeah, GPS test online. So I've done all that today. Gaming test, whatever. And you can see still 32% left. Now, if you're just a casual user, then you can get easily for 1 day. Now, yeah, when you really use your phone a lot, then it's just about 1 day, so recharge every day. Then let's have a look at apps. And here you can see apps downloaded and apps running in the background. Now this tells us how good the ROM is optimized and how much chunk is running in the background. Now we can see here RAM consumption 600 megabytes out of 2 GB, so less than 50%, and this is really good. Now you can see here some Chinese apps, they are just from rooting. Now I have rooted it with iRoot and this installs some Chinese junk, but anyway you can remove it. But all in all the ROM is very good optimized, doesn't consume a lot of RAM, and this gives you much free RAM to run other apps, and all in all a very smooth experience. The next important thing are screen gestures. It supports double tap, swipe up, and launch specific applications straight off the box. You don't have to install some crap to make it works straight off the box. The next thing is the notification light. Now it has got a notification LED right from the speaker. You cannot see it right now because it's not on, but you can choose the color, so it's a multicolor LED, blue, green, red, whatever you want to. So that were the settings, and now let us go through the most important applications and let's see if all the functions of the phone are working as they should. First of all, let's get started with the Android status bar. You can swipe down from the top, you get the notifications. As always, looks like Android open source project. Also here for the quick toggles, we have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and GPS. So there's nothing special, maybe just cast screen, but yeah, that's it guys. Okay, then let's close the Android status bar and let's have a look at the basic functions like the dialer application. Then let's open up the phone app right over here. Then let's also try to call some random number and let's see if it's working. Now the frequencies are 100% supported by my provider, and that's a really important thing. Now if the frequencies are not supported, then the phone won't work. You cannot install frequencies by software, this is hardware related. And if it's not working in your country, then there's nothing you can do except of selling it on eBay. Now the speaker quality also quite okay, sensors are working, and yeah, signal quality actually pretty good. I didn't notice any signal drops, and that's an important thing, but I couldn't test 4G LTE for you because I don't have a LTE contract. Now typing on the phone feels pretty good. There is a vibration feedback, you can also disable it, but the vibration feedback is one of the best I ever felt on a chinaphone. On some chinaphones it feels really cheap, but here it feels really good. Now yeah, that was the messaging application. Then let's have a look at all the basic applications. So let's enter the menu right over here. And let's get started with the camera application, which is the first important app here in the list. So we're now here outside in my garden, and here's a quick front and rear camera test. And I have to say the picture quality is really good, but the video quality is just a freaking joke. Now there's something broken because it's too sharpened, but you will see it later anyway. Then here you can see the pictures in preview don't look good at all, but if you have a look at the pictures on the computer, then you will see they look really good. Then here you can see the front-facing camera, and it's a bit wide angle, so you can get a lot on the picture. And the pictures of the front-facing camera look really great, but also the video mode is broken, as you will see later, and this indicates that it's a software issue. Then yeah, we have some effects as always, so that's the default camera application. We can go here to the settings. Oh yeah, I forgot the tap autofocus is working, changes also the lighting properly. And you can see also in video mode when you start, everything is crispy, noisy, too much sharpened, and it just looks like the phone would apply some shitty hipster Instagram filter, so it looks really strange. And also you definitely see it when you watch the movie on the computer. I will just show you a movie in a couple of seconds. Then here we can see the camera settings, and the maximum picture size is 13 megapixels. And yeah, definitely true that it has 8 to 13, I'm not really sure, but the pictures look really good. There's nothing to say about the picture quality. Here in video mode, I tried noise reduction, I played around with the settings, but this is definitely a software issue. So I will now show you some samples of the front and rear camera, and on the front facing camera it looked good on the screen, but also on the computer it was totally noisy. Then now let's go. Okay guys, now here's a quick front facing camera test on the Red Note, and I have to say it looks really great. Now it comes with a wide angle lens, as you can see, and you can also see here the windshield glass. So it's definitely wide angle and looks really great. Now the resolution is also good, it just looks on the screen here like on my Galaxy Note 4. Just the colors could be better in my opinion. Now the colors don't look that natural, at least here on the small screen. Just check for yourself how it looks for you on the computer, but in my opinion the front facing camera here looks really great. Alrighty guys, now that was the camera. All in all, camera quality good, but the video mode needs to be fixed as soon as possible. Now here we have FM radio. It's working, but you have to plug in a headset, and a headset is not included, unfortunately. Now yeah, it comes with Google Maps, Google Play Store, Google Apps. You don't have to worry about this, everything pre-installed. On some China phones it's not pre-installed, but here you get the latest version of the Play Store. You can just log in, download all the apps and games, and it's safe. I've scanned it with G-Data. There's absolutely no virus, junk, or Trojan on the smartphone. So Mlais is a pretty good brand, and yeah, they don't put junk on your smartphone. Then that was the Play Store. The next thing here is Super SU and Super User. I have rooted the smartphone because I always need root access to do the GPS fix and everything. GPS was working really good, but yeah, I did the GPS fix to improve it, and for this you will need root access. Can be rooted easily, just check out my tutorial. Then now let's go and let's have a look at the flip cover and all the functions. Now here's the flip cover. The flip cover is not included, you have to order it extra, but it's definitely worth it. It just looks like on the LG G3 with a cutout for the clock, and the clock shows up when you close the cover. The clock looks really nice, good resolution, the hands are moving, and it's easy to read. You can also swipe left and right, and then you get to a music player. All in all, the cover is made out of pretty good material, definitely worth it. Then now I would suggest let's do a music test, movie test, some benchmarks, and after this you will hear my conclusion about the Mlais M52. Now yeah, it's also possible to play back music, so I would say let's get started and let's hit the play button. Now once again, another review is over, and here comes my conclusion about the Mlais M52 Red Note from Gearbest.com. All in all, this phone is a real price-performance ratio killer. Now for $136 right now, this is probably the best China phone you can buy, because it's running the new chipset. It's a pretty big phone, which I like. The screen is also okay, it's just HD, but yeah, for the price, definitely more than okay. The cameras make some awesome pictures, but the video mode is broken. This needs to be fixed as soon as possible. But it's definitely a firmware issue. Now, I had the same issue on my GR US3. But after I flashed the firmware update, this issue was gone. Same problem on the Ulefone B Pro. On a lot of those China phones, there are no problems with the camera. I'm not sure why, maybe because of the chipset, because it's new, they have some issues with the drivers. So just stay tuned for a firmware update, and I personally think this will be fixed very soon. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so this was my review of the Mlais M52 Red Note from Gearbest.com. The coupon code is down below, you save $14 and maybe you will get some gifts. So this phone is definitely worth it. Now if you're looking for a smartphone for under or about $150, definitely have a look at the Mlais M52 Red Note. Okay guys, then you will see some sample pics down below in the description, so just click the link, it will redirect you to chinadevices.com, big community right now. If you have some time, register at the forum, join our community. You can also ask questions about the smartphone or other smartphones, and we'll try to help you as soon as possible. So thank you so much for watching, have a nice day, and bye bye.